Now here's another one here. Now this is a select bitch.
Champion
Now she's a
Parker
little
Hills
straight in
Demi.
front, just a little straight. And I like to see a little more extension and fooling, but super back and top line. Clean down and back, although she's pulling a little funny here. Good underdrive, nice follow through, very stylish, very smooth mover. Let's get her going at the
Champion
right speed.
Ponca
Now here,
Hills
she hits
Demi.
it pretty nice here. She's a little straightened up her arm. She carries herself well, gives you a nice presentation.
Champion Ledgewood Zuxa. HIC.
Overall, though, you were satisfied with the quality of the bitches.
Yeah, I thought the bitches were pretty even. The ones I picked up, I had trouble figuring out what I was going to do and who was going to be up there.
Champion
I'll talk about
Ledgewood's
that in a minute,
Zuxa.
but, the bitch I ended up with, I was watching her for a while, and I felt that she was the most one of the most consistent, and she has very little to really pick apart on.
Champion Mariners Magic Touch.
Well, that's a nice problem to have when you've got a lot of good ones and you're not sure who they.
Well, it was sort of, there was a couple that maybe were a little more extreme in motion, but I felt that this bitch, the one I ended up with, was the
Champion
best package.
Mariners Magic Touch.
Now this is a select
Champion
bitch.
Esteems Love Potion number 9.
She takes a big step. She comes off the ground a little bit, but she takes a big step. And she's pretty smooth. Maybe the head could be a little shorter. She's a little long in muzzle. She gets him out there
Champion
pretty good. Now she
Esteems
follows
Love
through pretty
Potion
well.
number 9.
Extends a hock. Top line's good.
Olympus Simply Irrepressible.
This is another select bitch. Now don't you take a look at this bitch.
This is a move
She
up.
carries her tail in a little hook that it sort of takes away from the overall image. She's clean down and back. Excellent four-piece. Comes up a little high in rear.
Olympus
That is a
Simply
four-piece on.
Irrepressible.
Look how she sticks that out there. Now let it go
This is a
smooth
move
out a
up.
little bit. She's a little jazzy here, but she worked herself real well.
All right, I wanted to
This
ask you
is the
about
winner's
your
pitch.
hat. I noticed this
Eagle
is the
Valley,
first year I've seen a
Sophie.
hat on. I know it was indoors, so it wasn't sun.
Well, the reason it takes the glare out, I decided that, when you put the hat on, for some reason, it seems that like it clears up some of the glaze out there.
Well,
And I decided that last year I was going to try it, and it seems to work a little bit. This is the winner's bitch. Now, she's a nice overall stylish bitch.
The winner's pitch.
Pretty smooth
Eagle
mover. She had a good
Valley's
day,
Sophie.
and I think she let down a little bit, from the long day under me and for best of winners. But she's very
The
nice, very
veteran
nice
bitch.
bitch.
Champion Debonair's Prism of
This is a
Hard
veteran
Rock.
bitch. And I think the girl who's handling her, yeah, she was the best junior handler.
Well, she's got a real handful, that's for sure.
Yeah. And that's a nice bitch.
Veteran
She's
bitch.
hanging in there pretty good. Takes a
Champion
nice step.
Debonair's Prism of Hard
I
Rock.
think, I'm pretty sure that's the veteran bitch. She's 7 or so.
Winner of the conditional class. Jakota,
All right, I
Keystone,
think we're here almost.
Alexandra.
This probably is the last bitch, I think, for the day.
You may be right. Yeah.
And then I think it's time,
I think this is a conditional bitch or something. I'm not sure.
the conditional breed class, yes.
Yeah.
Have to have good hips and elbows certified to get in this class.
Winner of the conditional class. Jakota, Keystone, Alexandra.
Now, here's where I call the. See, I bring
This
them
is
all
a
back into the ring,
temperament
every
test.
one of them, and then I call the ones
All
back
bitches
in
are back in the ring.
that I want to
Each one individually
put into the
is being
into
brought out
further
to the center.
examination finals, and I do a little temperament test.
for the test. This
Now,
is
sometimes you
champion
can't get
Tin
eye
Rock,
contact,
Pine Book,
but,
me and Jew.
I mean, that's a solid bitch. I didn't have. I'll tell you something. I thought temperament overall was pretty good, pretty damn good. Now here's that bitch I told you she holds her ears back, but she puts them up.
Champion Debonair's
Yeah.
Audrey Rose.
And she's on a handle too, by the way.
Well, sometimes that presents a problem.
Yeah.
Getting those ears
Champion
up.
Windchime vom
That's another
Sonnenbachtal.
select bitch there.
Champion Debonair's Scarlet Letter.
All right, so
That's
after
a
the
slow
temperament test, then what happened next?
Champion
Well, then
Winwood's Wendelin v.
the ones
Saxby.
that I give the temperament test to are the ones that are in the farms. I don't call everybody out.
Judge Ed
Oh, I see.
Barritt is
So you're calling some out here, pulling
rearranging
them
his
up.
class.
Well, these have all passed already.
You have
This
the,
is the good
the
group,
picks from
know.
all his
Now
groups.
you see,
still
some of
in.
them I'm dismissing after I've examined. They've gone around maybe another lap or two, and
Down
I
to
make some
14
further,
bitches and running in front
reductions
is
in what's
Joe
there.
Wins, Remember Me, V-Kraz,
We're getting down to the end here.
Winsome's Fettuccine
And
v.
there's that
Cypress.
bitch, that fettuccine bitch, good mover.
Champion Debonair's
There's the one with
Audrey
the
Rose.
ears are still flopping here.
Castlewood, Cause I Want To.
This bitch ends up in number 1.
Jagen's
That
Bell
dark bitch
Star.
just going around.
Caralon Elite Can Do. Ponca Hills Demi.
I tell you, she's on a loose lead for the whole time. You can see later on. Now, I'm making some. This is just before I change a few places here.
Judge Ed Barritt going down his line of
So
potential
they're pretty
select
close
bitches,
to the order they're going to finish.
giving
Well,
everyone a hard look
This is the bit.
to see if
This
they're
is the end.
deserving.
But I haven't done anything. See, this bitch right here ends up in number 1.
And he's moving up Rallyn's Sara of Starfire. All the way to the front.
There's a few changes here.
Moving up Castlewood, Cause I Want To,
I
into
think-
second place.
Let's see. The one in second ends up 3rd. And let's see. This bitch ends up in 5th, I believe.
Moving up Debonair's Scarlet Letter. Rallyn's Sara of Starfire. Castle Hills, Cause I Want To. Joe Wins, Remember Me, V-Kraz.
See, this first bitch is loose lead all the way.
Rallyn's Sara
So this is the
of
final test
Starfire.
now.
Pretty much.
Castle Hills, Cause I Want To.
This bitch ends up 3rd.
Well, she's in second place now.
Yeah.
Is it the side gate or is
No,
it down
yeah,
and back?
it'll be the side gate, I believe. I think she lets down a little
Champion
bit. This
Joe
bitch here
Wins,
ends up
Remember
in second
Me,
place.
V-Kraz. Moving
side
up
gate,
one
yeah.
spot. Champion Joe Wins, Remember Me, V-Kraz.
Well, that's it.
And the new Grand Victrix.
Leo's happy,
Rallyn's
he's won.
Sara
Yeah.
of Starfire.
I think there was some
He's
move.
kissing everybody.
It's, here she is here.
1998
And she
Grand
followed
Victrix.
through well. She puts her
Rallyn's
feet right on the ground where she
Sara
points
of
them.
Starfire.
And she's got her head up. She leans into it here pretty good. Good back and top line. I tell you, I thought she was the best
Select
package I
number
had.
2.
Now this is a nice bitch. She comes up a little high in the rear.
Remember Me,
Gives you a nice package, a nice picture.
Select number 3.
See, this bitch looks pretty nice, but now she's having a good pass here. I thought she let down a little bit at the end. Very stylish bitch. This bitch is probably the most exciting side mover. Really comes through. Look at the hind quarter drive. Now she picks them up a little bit in front. Strong side mover.
Real good extension.
Now this bitch was 5th. Little hikey in front. Could maybe come through a little better. Very nice.
Select 6. Champion Esteems Love Potions number 9. Select number 7. Champion
Now, see this
Debonair's
bitch, the one with the
Audrey
floppy
Rose.
ears. I'm telling you, her ears stand up. It's just, that's the way she carries them. She takes a nice step.
Select
Here's that black
number 8.
bitch again.
Champion
I'd like to see her
Amber's
come through
Sweet
just a
Smile.
shade more. Nice picture. Good back.
Select number 9. Champion Wind Chime. Vom
Good front piece on this
Sonnenbaum.
bitch. Nice top line.
Select number 10.
Here's that one. She
Champion
picks
Jaego's
off just a touch in the front. Just a
HT,
little too much for me.
PT,
Good
TC.
back. Nice follow through. Pretty style.
Select number 11. Champion Caralon. Elite
Sometimes you get them pulling a little too
QED
hard. This is a
Can
good
Do.
side move here. See, she gives you a little bounce in the mid piece, but it's
Select
overall.
number
This is
12.
that other bitch. It's a good front piece. She's got that little hook in her tail, which mars the appearance. But wait till she starts moving here.
Select number 13.
Sable bitch.
Champion Ponca
Good
Hill,
pass here.
Demi.
Little straighten up run. Nice back and top line. Pretty overall.
Select number
Now this is
14.
the winner's pitch.
The winner's pitch. Eagle Valley, Sophie.
All right, well, the bitches are done, and now we're getting into the dogs.
Okay.
Robar's Kalvin.
Now let's see. Well, this happens to be the first dog, and he's a select dog. I believe he was a select dog
Exam.
last year.
Male best of breed judging.
He's a little bit of a dry male. He's a strong mover, good extension, down and back clean, carries a good back.
Robar's
Here he is. He takes a
Kalvin
nice step,
Coolidge.
comes through pretty well. Mid piece is good. Got a pretty strong head on him, and he's easy. And he can go loose lead or
Champion
tight. Keeps
Kanston's
himself pretty much
Ducati,
the same.
TCHT. Champion Kanston's Ducati, TCHT. Champion Breauhausen.
Now this is the Red October dog. Big dog. Balance mover, good back, down and back clean. A lot of people like them. Like to see maybe a touch stronger muzzle, but he carries himself well. He's balanced mover,
Champion Breauhausen's Red October.
handled well. Good sized dog, very stylish.
Champion Gagne's Durango.
You mentioned muzzles a couple times. Do you think we're getting a little too much length of muzzle?
Yeah, well, I mean, technically, the from the back of the skull to where the stop is should be 50% of what the whole head is. The muzzle should be the same length, but we do have some length of muzzles.
Champion
I think we're getting better. We got
Rancho,
some stronger heads, but
Cathlin,
than we used to have. I think we used to have some real,
HSTC.
well, I wouldn't say anteater heads, but you had a few. We have you had a few bitches that the muzzles were a little long.
Well, lack of secondary sex characteristics was a criticism I recall a few years ago.
Champion
Several of the judges
Rancho
mentioned it.
de Cathlin,
Well, you know, I have a
HT,
few dogs in here that you know you could use a
TC.
little stronger head. I mean, you know they're a male, but you still maybe the head could be a little stronger. Now this is a select dog here, pretty solid dog. He's been select. This is his 5th select. Good back,
Champion
good head. He's
Kismet's
of correct
Throb.
proportion. He's a quick mover, pretty steady. Doesn't really do it wrong. Maybe I'd like to see him come through a little further on the follow through, but other than that, a very nice dog. And what can you say?
Champion
There he is.
Kismet's Heartthrob.
Well, anytime they've gone select several times, I think they passed the test.
He was the winner's dog in '94, and he's been select ever since.
Champion Bertaland's Arcturus. Champion Bertaland's Arcturus.
Now this dog I gave a select to. He was about 9th, I think. This is a big dog, a little too big, but he's well formed. He's clean down and back, and he's pulling a little bit off to the side here. He takes a nice step. His proportions are good. He's a pretty fluid mover. Strong head.
Champion Scher-Lo's Junior Executive.
You say big. How big do you think he is?
He's over 26, I'll tell you that right now. This is another select dog.
Champion
Now, he's a touch
Cathlin,
long for
Dante.
me, but he's a smooth, easy mover. Very fluid. Nice outline. Pretty stylish standing. He's clean down and back. Might be a little prancy for some people, but he's
Champion
very
Cathlin,
fluid.
Dante.
Comes a little high in the rear, but he follows through. Very smooth move. You can let him go loose lead. He stays that way pretty much.
Champion Blue
Yep.
Moon.
Here's
Ragtime
that best
Cowboy
junior
Joe,
handler again.
TC.
You know, that's the other thing. You know, we don't seem to have a lot of young people that are interested in handling dogs. There's a few around, but I don't know. It would be nice to have a few more handlers available.
Well, we're trying to do something about that. I
Champion
chaired the
Blue
junior
Moon, Ragtime
showmanship
Cowboy Joe,
committee this year.
TC.
And, we're working with the AKC, who's got a big program going to try to encourage juniors. And hopefully, if we keep after it
Champion
for the next couple of
Kubastrom's
years, we
Dapper
might see some new
Dandy.
people coming in and stick with it.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it's pretty limited, and you know, listen, handlers, you know, it's a supply and demand thing. I mean, if you only got a few handlers, obviously, there's not
Champion
much of a supply.
Kubastrom's
But
Dapper Dandy.
Well, when you look in the ring today, there's a bunch of handlers in there today that were juniors. I remember them when they were juniors. Now we just need to keep that process going.
Champion Callahan von Cyprus.
that's clean.
I was going to say that's
Yeah, that's clean.
single track. If there it is.
Champion Callahan von Cyprus. Champion Abraxas Promises of Gold. Champion Abraxas Promises of Gold.
Now, this is a select dog. I find him very stylish.
Champion
Takes a
Hickory
nice
Hills,
picture.
Bull Durham,
Beautiful top line.
TC,
Good croup.
HIC.
Very attractive dog. He picks him up a little bit in front. A little lofty for me, but he settles down later on. Now, you can see him on this when he goes around. He does pick him up, but carries himself well, takes a pretty good step.
Champion Hickory Hills, Bull Durham, TC,
And he's loose lead.
HIC.
Follows through pretty well. A little bit hikey in front.
Champion Chinook wins, Tyhoon. Champion Chinook wins, Tyhoon.
Now, this is the R-Man
Champion
dog.
Welove,
I had him
DuChien's
second.
R-Man.
Strong male, good head, little straighten upper arm, good back and top line, pretty smooth mover. Could be a touch better going.
He was the winner's dog a year or
A couple
two
of
ago.
years ago, right. He's one of your better dogs.
Champion Welove, DuChien's R-Man.
Takes a good step. Sometimes the pictures on the individual look better or worse than you remember him. Now, this is the dog that ends up in #1. I find him very
Champion
attractive,
Pure
standing,
Lands
strong head, back
Unlimited,
looks good.
TC.
I find that now he's a little bit. You can't see it here. He's better going away, but he could be a touch tighter coming at you. He's a little scrambly here.
Champion Caralon's Unlimited, TC.
Well, he's pulling hard. It's still early
Yeah.
in the day for him.
Champion Asgard's Big Ben of Encore.
There's the famous book again.
It's the famous book.
Champion Topspin's Kansas Hawkeye, TD.
Let's see, this is your next class, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see, we've seen all the bitches and a good many of the males. In comparison, do you think this year the dogs or the bitches were better?
TD.
Well, you know, I don't know.
Do you think it was close?
Champion
Yeah, I
Satara's
think it was close.
Singin' returns.
Well, you know, I ask that question every year, and some years there's no contest. The judges will say the bitches were just far better. Occasionally you'll hear somebody say, well, this year, you know, I think the males were maybe a tad better, but
I'll be quite frank with you. I thought I had
Champion
good males this
Satara's
year. I had
Singin'
good. I
returns.
like the males this year. This is a stylish dog now. I didn't give him a select, but that's a very stylish dog. And he's dead clean.
Champion Survival's Cool Running.
This dog I gave a late. He's about
Champion
ninth select.
Landaleigh's Quedo, Vuelo.
Beautiful standing.
CGC, TC, HIC,
Coordinated mover. I'd like to
CC.
see a little stronger muzzle on this guy.
he's been select before.
Yeah. Pretty dog. Beautiful color. I mean, you know he's a male. I'm being picky here.
Champion Landaleigh's Quedo, Vuelo.
Well, you know, Ed, I think it's nice when they come back and they don't just win one year. They come back and they win, you know, year after year. And I
Champion
think that's a good sign of
Skylark's
consistency. It shows that they can hold together. They have the style and the back holds up. I think that's a tribute to the breeders and the people who spend all this time bringing these guys around.
Well, you know, I think some of these
Champion
people really
Skylark's
neglect
Apollo.
the fact that their dogs need to be worked, the road worked, and I think sometimes they let them go a little bit. I mean, I have friends of mine
Champion Sandbob's Uncle Sam.
who, I mean, when they get ready to go to a show, their dog is worked, and the national, before the national, they're doing the job, the road working the dog, good mile or so every
Champion
day or every other
Sandbob's
day,
Uncle
and he's
Sam.
ready. I think a lot of these people, I don't know, I don't think they put the time into it.
Well, I think this is a show where you
Champion
have to,
Frolics
you got to put the
Coltrane.
effort and time into the dog. I think you're exactly right. Or they can't perform. This is a huge ring. I know I couldn't run around it, and I wouldn't want to try.
Well, maybe not today, but tomorrow
Yeah.
he'll be back.
Champion Frolics Coltrane.
And I want to tell you something.
Champion
This dog
Raylan's Jaego,
is probably
CD.
the strongest mover that I had in the first group. He's a little off going away, and he's a little domey in head, but I'm going to tell you something. This guy just never
Champion
quits.
Rallyn's
He goes on. Now
Jaego,
look, he's loose lead
CD.
all the way. Good side mover, strong dog, solid back.
Well, there's some nice dark eyes.
Mm-hmm. This is the winner's dog from last year. I found him to be a little immature, but he's a good mover.
Kridler's
Back is
Quino
strong,
v.
takes a
Rowley,
nice step.
TC.
When I say immature, he's still a young dog. You'll see him going around here. Down and back was good. He takes a nice stride.
Champion Kridler's Quino v. Rowley, TC.
Like I said, he was winner's dog last year. He's fluid.
Champion
This is a
Rivendell's
late select dog.
Desperado.
Nice outline, pretty color.
Champion Rivendell's Desperado.
Look a little quick here. Takes a good step, back is good. This is another select
Champion
dog.
Kohom's
They
Going
all seem to be
Places.
bunched up at the end here. Pretty standing. Fairly fluid in motion. We're getting a bad picture sometimes coming and going down here. He's clean.
Champion Kohom's Going Places.
Got to get him into it. There he's looking a little better. Takes a nice step, follows through okay.
Well, we'll see all those guys a little later on.
Right.
They'll have a
Champion
chance to settle down.
Steigerhouse
You know,
Einstein.
there's a theme here that I'm beginning to see here. Pigment seems to be dark. We don't see the faded colors anymore. Eye
Champion
colors, for the
Steigerhouse
most part,
Einstein.
you can even see it on camera. And the coat.
Absolutely. I mean, I really think what we've gotten, I don't know, it seems like our pigmentation is getting better.
Tennessee
You're getting
Jet.
some better heads. There's still some things to pick apart on. But I think overall, you're getting some solid color and getting dark eyes. And I think you're getting some substance. I think a little bit, though, some of our dogs are getting a little tall.
Size,
Some.
yeah.
Champion Stonecroft's Jagger v. Mikado, CGC. Champion Stonecroft's
How did you find
Jagger
the
v.
feet?
Mikado,
Pretty good.
CGC.
Good tight
Pretty
feet.
good overall. There was a couple I had in there that, the feet could be better, a couple of
Champion
selects.
Jericho's
But they were either
Amante.
good. That's another thing. You don't see those things, but I had a couple of selects that could have used better feet. Maybe they would have been up further. But overall, I think feet are halfway decent. I don't know what halfway
Champion
means, but
Jericho's
I'm not
Amante.
unimpressed.
Well, a few years ago, one of the comments was,
Feet weren't so high.
yeah,
huh?
they were splayed a little
Champion
bit. The
Winsome's
toes
gotta-
were long.
You got a few like that. This is a nice young dog. Pretty easy mover.
Champion Winsome's Goer v. Saxony.
See, I think the thing that you got to understand is some dogs have certain speeds that they really look good at, and if they get out of sync
Champion
sometimes,
Langlitz's Rapid
it
Fire,
distorts
TC.
their whole outline. The good ones seem to be able to go at a lot of different speeds, but
Well, they have a mechanical advantage. you know,
Yeah.
They probably should.
see, the whole key to motion
Champion
to me
Langlitz's Rapid Fire.
is not how extreme the dog is, it's if he's in good balance. I mean, you don't have to be a brain surgeon to figure that out, but I see a lot of people saying, oh, he doesn't have enough
Champion
hindquarter, but
Totterhouse,
when I watch the dog
Tennessee
move, he's got enough hindquarter for what he
Champion
has up front.
Stonecroft's Jagger v. Mikado. Champion Jericho's Amante.
Well,
Champion
balanced front to
Winsome's
rear.
Goer v.
That's it.
Saxony. This is a move up. Skylark's
He's a nice dog,
Armani.
not extreme. I see he's
Skylark's Armani.
pretty coordinated, both ends work, pretty smooth, does it pretty easily.
He might go a long
Champion
time.
Rolling
Yes.
Meadows,
He had to work all
Dr.
day.
Orland.
Might very well.
Well, you know, now that we're seeing more of these dogs in herding competition and agility in these other areas, I think it's a pretty good test of structure.
Champion Rolling Meadows, Dr. Orland.
Well, you know, when I get into this thing, you know, a lot of people talking about extreme motion and the balanced and
Champion
the flying
Jericho's
trot.
Zap,
That's a lot of
Chancery
crap.
d'Art.
I mean, I hate to tell you, the flying trot is something that we push the dog into. If you watch these dogs work, dogs that work, they don't fly. They balance coordinately. They move. They're synchромeshed. You watch wolves move. Nice, steady kind of flow motion.
Champion Jericho's Zap,
I hope I'm
Chancery
making sense
d'Art.
when I say this.
I think so. The well, in the trot, there's always 1 foot on the
This
ground.
is a
Yeah.
In the flying trot, they're supposed to have 4 feet off
But
the
we
ground.
force them to do that, see? I mean, if you get them fast enough, they're off the ground, but dogs don't move like that. There was an article written by some guy from South Africa. It was in the review, and he goes into explaining that. I can't
This is
remember
a
his name. It
move-up.
made a lot of sense to me.
Kingswood's Pentium. This is a move up. Nike Clayfield Yanni. This is a move up. Nike Clayfield Yanni.
Well, this is your last group.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is the
This is
winner's
the
dog.
winner's
This is a nice
dog.
dog. This is a nice dog.
Eagle Valley's Merck v.
I
Somerset.
gave him a, I don't know, he's about 12 select. Pretty fluid. Pretty clean down and back. If I'm not mistaken, the winner's dog and the winner's bitch are owned by the same people, and they're out of,
Winner's
I think they're
dog.
out of the 4th
Eagle
select
Valley's
dog.
Merck
Heart
v.
Throb.
Somerset.
He takes a nice step. Maybe it could be a little touch
Veteran
tighter in
dog.
mid-piece, but overall very
Champion
nice.
Seacrest O'Malley. Veteran dog. Champion Seacrest O'Malley. Conditional class.
Pretty dog standing.
Champion Bramblewood's Diamond Jim.
you know, and that's one of the nice things I notice about the males. They're really handsome standing there.
Yeah.
I mean, they look handsome.
I mean, I think that means a lot. I like it. You know, I mean,
Conditional
who
class
doesn't like
winner.
a nice stylish
Champion
dog?
Bramblewood's
I love to
Diamond
watch mine
Jim.
standing out in the yard, and they look like males, and it just
Mm-hmm.
gives you a little bit of a chill to see that dog
I agree.
standing there. Well, here it is, time to pass the temperament test.
Yeah, well, it's not, I mean, most of these dogs are pretty solid. I don't waste a lot of time. I mean, if the dog
Champion
stands up there and
Breauhausen's
you
Red
let you go over,
October. All the
you
individuals
don't have to fool
on the
around
male
with it.
specials have been finished, and Judge Ed Barritt is now pulling out certain specials for a temperament test. Champion Kismet's Heartthrob.
All right, so here's some of the dogs that are excused.
Right.
But you still have
Champion
plenty in the ring.
Robar's
Yeah,
Kalvin
quite a few.
Koolidge. Champion Breauhausen's Red October. Kismet's Heartthrob.
Those first three go
Scher-Lo's
select.
Junior
That goes select.
Executive. Cathlin's Dante.
That goes select. We're into a different
Caralon's
group here. Now there's the
Unlimited.
dog that ends up #1. He's just in front.
Landaleigh, Quedo, Vuelo.
Select.
Ralyn's
There's
Jaego.
that black dog. I told you, he really comes on pretty strong.
Kridler's Quino v. Rowley. As we're getting close to the
I
final
think we're pretty much
cuts
down
in
to the end here. I
best of
start
breed
changing a
male
few places
competition.
though.
Cathlin's Dante. Hickory Hills Bull Durham.
Well, the outtakes of all these tapes, I guess, will
Caralon's
show all the
Unlimited.
competition, or most of the competition.
Landaleigh, Quedo,
People
Vuelo.
really want to see side gate after side gate and
Yeah.
how you got there.
See, I start moving a few around now.
Scher-Lo's Junior Executive. Cathlin's Dante. Landaleigh, Vuelo. Rallyn's Jaego. Rivendell's Desperado.
It's funny when you look at the pictures. Sometimes the film or the video, they look a lot different. They look different than when you remember them.
Hickory
sometimes.
Hills, Durham. Kismet's Throb.
You think they look better?
Sometimes and sometimes not.
Okay, Robar's Kalvin, Koolidge.
Well, the one thing that I
Eagle
notice here is that
Valley's
if you
Somerset.
watch their feet and how they touch the
Kohom's
ground,
Going Places.
there's real
Kridler's
consistency there.
Quino v. Rowley.
I mean, you don't see some that take short
Heartthrob.
steps and some that take long steps. And
Rallyn's
Some might be.
Jaego.
Yeah, here we
Breauhausen's
go.
Red
Here we go.
October.
Again. These dogs, every one of these is select
Cathlin,
dogs.
Dante.
It's just that they're not in the right position. Now, see, we're moving a few around. here.
Moving in front, Caralon's
See, I look like the
Unlimited.
crowd starts screaming. I don't know. I mean, you know, sometimes I wish they could put a dome over the ring so you wouldn't have to hear all these people.
Champion
This is the dog that ends
Caralon's
up number one. Now,
Unlimited.
see, he's loose lead all the
Front
way.
lead. In front.
Four-piece. I find him to be a little better in front than this dog,
We love DuChien's Our Man.
which isn't a bad one either. Solid back, good top line. Maybe
Hickory
at the end
Hills,
now. This is that dog. I
Durham.
like this dog, but he does hike him up a little bit in front. You can see that.
Champion Caralon's
I think this is pretty
Unlimited.
much down by the
Champion
end
We
here.
love DuChien's Our Man. And our grand victor, Champion Caralon's Unlimited.
oh boy, he's excited.
Yeah. I'm sure some other people would have done it differently, but that's the way it looked to me.
Well, if they're only going to argue over who should have been first and second or second and third,
1998
here he goes here.
Grand Victor.
Now, I find him
Champion
to be a touch
Caralon's
better in
Unlimited.
forehand.
TC.
Good head, back, top line looked good, follow through pretty well. Sometimes he gets pulling. Now this is the
Select
second dog.
two.
Looks very nice to me too.
Champion We love
A
DuChien's
little straighter in
Our
upper
Man.
arm maybe. Nice top line, good head. These are two of the better dogs. There's no doubt about it. Good follow through.
Select
Now
three.
here's the one that picks him up a little
Champion
bit, but
Hickory
he takes a
Hills,
good step.
Durham.
Follows through well. Back good.
Select
This is the
four.
heartthrob dog.
Champion Kismet's
Consistent mover.
Heartthrob.
Strong.
Select
This is that black
five.
dog. I'll tell you
Champion
something.
Rallyn,
He
Jaego.
just keeps coming on. Red October.
Select six. Champion
Nice pass.
Breauhausen's Red October.
It was a pretty balanced dog. This is that
Select
Dante
seven.
dog.
Champion
He's
Cathlin,
smooth.
Dante.
Comes up a little bit in the rear. Very smooth.
Select eight. Champion Scher-Lo's Junior Executive. And- Select nine. Champion Landaleig's Quedo, Vuelo. Select 10. Champion Robar's Kalvin, Koolidge. Select 11, Winner's Dog, Eagle Valley's Merick v. Somerset. Select 12, Champion Kohom's Going Places. Select 13, Kridler's Quino v. Rowley, TC.
you know, I
Select
love
14,
to watch them in regular
Champion
speed and then
Rivendell's
watch them here in slow motion
Desperado.
because you get to see the dog both ways.
Listen, I wish I could see him all in slow motion.
Well, you know,
It would make it a
several
lot easier, I'll tell you that right now.
several people have suggested, you know, we take the camera out there and give you instant replay backup, and then you can make your decision.
It would be wonderful. It would be absolutely wonderful.
All right, well, now you've got to make another decision.
Yeah, it took a little while here. And it had
1998 Grand Victor, champion Caralon's Unlimited. Grand Victrix,
they're
Rallyn's
not
Case
brother and
Sara
sister.
of
They're
Starfire.
colored siblings.
Winner's Pitch, Eagle Valley's Sophie. Winner's Dog, Eagle Valley's
This is the
Merick
winner's
v.
dog. He
Somerset.
eventually goes best of winners. That bitch let down a little bit, but if I'm not mistaken, they're both out of the same sire and they're owned by the same, with the same breeder as the breeder of both. of them.
Grand Victrix.
There's the bitch.
Rallyn's Case
I'll
Sara
tell you, she didn't
of
take a bad step
Starfire.
all day.
Grand Victor,
And she's
champion
maybe a
Caralon's
touch tighter
Unlimited.
coming at you than he is. I know, I just like her. I like her. I think she's a hell of a good package.
And best of breed to the Grand Victrix, Rallyn's Case Sara of Starfire.
Well, that's a nice group, Ed. I mean, you've got to be pleased with it. And
Yeah, I was happy.
obviously, a lot of other people were, so, I mean, that's a compliment.
Oh,
to
here
them.
she goes here. And I mean, you know, she
Best of
when
breed.
she's out in front, she puts her foot right on the ground, follows through, good back. She got a pretty head, down and back clean, like I said, solid back. I like it. And here's him. That's a good pass for him. Now he's a little smoothed out from before.
Unlimited.
Good head, good extension.
Winner's Dog.
There's
Best
the
of
winner's dog.
winners. Eagle Valley's Merick
went best of
v.
winners.
Somerset.
He's a pretty fluid dog.
He really is. Feet close to the ground.
Here's the Grand Victrix. I
Grand
just liked her.
Victrix,
I
best of
felt
breed.
she had a
Rallyn's
beautiful
Case Sara
outline,
of Starfire
solid
by
balance
champion
bitch,
Bertaland's Arcturus
coordinated
out
mover,
of Rallyn's,
lovely head, good
Mississippi.
ear set. She didn't take a bad step all day. Now here's the Victor.
Grand Victor, best opposite
Strong
sex.
dog.
Champion Caralon's Unlimited, TC.
Nice head,
By Proven
good
Hill
outline.
Sport v. Adelgard.
Front
out of
piece,
champion
just a touch
Caralon's
better,
Patricia.
I felt, than the second select male.
Select 2.
Now this is the second
champion
select
Joe
bitch.
wins Remember Me
Nice package,
Vikazi.
clean down
By
and back,
champion
pretty
Joe
outline,
Sands
nice mover.
Krugerrand out of champion Joe Wins Inca. Champion Castle Hills, Cause I Want To. By champion Jericho's Gatineau HTROM out of Castle Hills Fontina. Select 4, champion Winsome's Fettuccine v. Cyprus by Winsome's Albert Einstein out of Folona DJ von Fairfield. Select 5, champion Debonair's Scarlet Letter by Canston's Jim Dandy out of Amber's Surprise of Olympus. Select 6, champion Esteem's Love Potion number 9 by champion Caradori's Casanova out of Gagner's Jasmine. Select 7, champion Debonair's Audrey Rose by Cross Timbers Hardy out of Amber's Surprise v. Olympus. Select 8, champion Amber's Sweet Smile by champion Steiger House Bo Jackson out of Penlow's Licorice.
Some of them are hard to get pictures of, I'll tell you.
Select
Well,
9,
their owners are all excited.
champion
They're out there
Windchime
trying to get their
vom
ears up. And
Sonnenbachtal by
these guys have been
Rivendell's
running all day.
Desperado out of Irresistible vom Sonnenbachtal.
Trying to get their mouths open.
Select 10, champion Jagen's Bellstar HT PT TC by champion Kendalane's Tailor Made out of champion Omega's Solitaire. Select 11, champion Caralon Elite QED Can Do by champion Caralon QED Sword v. Lee Barland out of Graunhof's Tia v. Touche QED. Select 12, champion Olympus Simply Irrepressible by champion Leiter's Excalibur ROM out of champion Olympus Simply Irresistible Amber. Select number 13, champion Ponca Hills Demi By champion Jericho's Gatineau, ROM, out of Ponca Hills, Kylie, ROM. Select 14, Winner's Bitch, Eagle Valley's Sophie, by champion Kendalane's Egoist, out of Kendalane's Roxy, Bjornstad. Select 2.
Now this is the
champion
second
We
select
Love,
dog.
DuChien's Armand.
Solid
by
male.
champion We Love, DuChien's
Good
Matthew.
head, top
out of
line's
We Love,
nice.
Longano's Lucille.
Pretty when posed.
Select 3, champion Hickory Hills, Bull Durham, by Grand Victor champion Stoneways Euchre, out of Hund House Zoe Rosita. Select 4, champion Kismet's Heartthrob, by champion Josan's Enterprise, ROM, out of Kismet's Sweetheart Deal, ROM. Select 5, champion Rallyn's Jaego, CD, by champion Woodhaven's In Search of, ROM, out of champion Whitfield's Rallyn's Aura. I'm out of there. Select 6, champion Breauhausen's Red October, by champion Timberlane's Jacata, out of champion Breauhausen's Danielle. Select 7, champion Cathlin Dante, by Cathlin Galen, out of Cathlin's Odessa. Select 8, champion Scher-Lo's Junior Executive, by Scher-Lo's Linden Hills Shooter, out of Scher-Lo's Heidi. Select 9, champion Landaleigh's Quedo Vuelo, CGC, TC, HIC, CD, by champion Hoheneiken's Flag, ROM, out of Landaleigh's Hexa. Select 10, champion Robar's Kalvin Coolidge, by champion Peter Franjo, ROM, out of champion Robar's Honeybee. Winner's Dog, Best of Winners, Select 11, Eagle Valley's Merck v. Somerset, by champion Kismet's Heartthrob.
Well, that's certainly a handsome
out of
group. I've
Cross
just been
Timbers, Cleehoo's
sitting
Glory.
here admiring them. I can't wait to just take the tape
Select
home
12,
again and
champion
sit back and
Kohom's Going Places, by
have a
champion
cup of
Kendall
coffee and
Lane's
just
Eagle
watch
East,
them all
out
again.
of
It's
Kohom's
really
Desert
nice to
Mist
watch
v.
this.
Dorland.
Well, I appreciate what you're saying. I
Select
think
13,
I think it was a pretty
champion
good
Kridler's
group, and I
Quino
do
v.
think the
Rowley,
males
TC,
maybe
by
had a
champion
touch on the
Kenlin's
bitches this year.
Illuminator v.
Well, they're a
Franjo,
handsome group.
out of
They really
champion
are. And
Kridler's Sweet
geez, I can't thank
Sunshine,
you enough for
ROM.
taking the time to share with
Select
the
14,
members what you
champion
thought of these
Rivendell's
dogs, your
Desperado,
critiques, your
by champion
candid
Ember's Maxima,
expressions.
out of Riverdale's Dark Karma. 1998 Best Puppy.
Now, this is the best
Pilgrim
puppy.
Auld Lang
That's a nice
Syne
dog,
Totem.
nice young dog.
Best opposite
And they had a
puppy.
best opposite sex puppy
Heritage
because
Windy Acres
she's a strong
Swallow,
mover, a little
by
on the
champion
dry side,
Riverdale's
very
Desperado,
coordinated, good
out
back.
of First Lady of Heritage.
I guess we're going into the grand finale here. I think we're about there.
We sure are, and boy, it's been a wonderful hour and a half just sitting through this. And
I
talking
think you
with
would have had a good time, Carmen, if you were there. I know you weren't feeling too well, but
Well, I'll be
there's
back.
always next year.
I'll be back next year.
I know you will.